Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Lowe and I lead America's marketing at Beyondsoft. Today, we are meeting with Salvador Robles, our operations deployment manager at our company. He works closely with our customer on robotic automation. Salvador, please tell us more about your role.
Hello, Sharon. A little background to start off. I spent 20 years in government roles, mainly focusing on designing, testing, deploying, and troubleshooting complex systems ranging from environmental, radar, X-ray, and pulse power. I decided to have a career change and join Beyondsoft to support an enterprise customer in high-tech industry on robotics automation in data centers. This job empowers me to do a context switching from working with my immediate teammates to addressing customer needs. It's a new muscle I'm learning and building. I have switched from lab management to hardware testing and now run the deployment team. We support several different robot systems to help scale productivity, asset tracking, and moving equipment. My proudest achievement so far happened last year. Our team was tasked to roll out a fleet of robots that move server racks from the location's loading dock to its destination within the data center. It was an aggressive timeline that required close collaboration with our customer team, including program managers, local site leadership, security, and my team. Despite reduced resources, we rolled out all scheduled deployments without impacting any critical workflows. Feedback from the customer has been very positive, and we are excited to continue deploying and expanding the fleet in the near future.
Thank you for the great introduction, and I'm so happy to know that our team has done great work for our customer, and your team is excited to continue deploying and expanding the fleet. What are the biggest challenges your customer face today when it comes to robotic automation in data centers?
Our customer has a few key challenges when it comes to robotic automation. The first is we are in a greenfield territory when it comes to integrating robotic automation in a data center. New data center buildings are being built using today's hardware, expertise, and technology. The realistic situation, AI has now dominated hardware and the power demands in the marketplace and at an exponential rate. This makes it difficult to plan for site power requirements, spacing, and automation design. The huge unknown is not knowing the requirements needed in terms of power, spacing, environmental control, and when the current technology will become obsolete. Proper planning for these unknowns must be addressed sooner than later to ensure these sites don't experience costly and time-consuming retrofits to keep up with the latest technology. The second issue is increasing demand for faster data processing to support AI. To meet this demand, power, cooling, and network, a robust infrastructure needs to be established. This is very difficult to do due to the unknown hardware scaling. It's estimated that current data center design will be incompatible with new hardware within 5 to 7 years. It is imperative that the infrastructure design of future data center enable easier upgrades to meet with the future shifts in technology. Let's use the robot example I used earlier. It is currently working great and already has met some huge milestones, but with new rack designs with AI in mind are larger and heavier, making the current robot system not compatible. It will be very interesting to see where AI will take us in the next few years as we establish site needs to integrate AI technology. The third issue is site readiness and meeting aggressive timelines. While we rolled out the robot fleet successfully, it took months of planning and coordination between the customer, hardware vendors, local site leaders, and our team. Even with months of planning ahead, we can never prepare for sudden shifts in operations. Priority changes and unexpected delays took place last year, causing a little extra stress than initially expected, but we were able to keep up and deliver. These unknowns have an effect in all data center operations, including robotics. How do we design a robot system that can adapt to future needs while being cost-effective and sustainable while knowing what the variables are constantly changing? These types of challenges are both imminent and exciting, but with proper planning, design, and execution, I believe robotics will play a vital role in increasing efficiency in data centers.
Sounds like you have a very exciting job. How would you work with your customer to resolve this issue, or what are the first few steps your customer needs to know?
I have a few proven methodologies that help ground me, help my customer and team be successful. The first priority I would address is to develop a detailed plan when deploying a new system on a fleet level. This plan will include training requirements on the system, best practices, and past lessons learned. This plan will be socialized with my team for review. Once our team is up to speed on the robot's capabilities, We then work with the customer on establishing scope of work when deploying systems. The scope of work includes approximate timeline on the systems arriving at the new site, safety and operations checks, data collection metrics, possible roadblocks, resolution tactics, and escalation paths. These types of questions need to be answered before deploying to maximize our efforts when we're on site. The second priority is the standardization and consistent testing practices. We created a site acceptance test template that shows all relevant data for each site, making it easy for our customer to analyze and determine if any changes or improvements need to be made. We maintain and ensure the data provided is accurate. We established a one-stop shop process for our customer and their key stakeholders to be able to access data in a clear and concise manner. This has been a work in progress for the past year, and after some feedback from both the customer and our team, we now have an established template. The third priority is improving testing data processes to ensure accuracy and reduction in testing time. One example of this is how we measure the system going through tight clearances such as doorways and turning it into and out of tight corners. The old method was to stop the system at different locations in the tight clearance area and use a tape measure to get the distance. This method is very time consuming and not very accurate. We created a solution using an Arduino computer to control distance measuring lasers, 3D printed holders for the lasers, and created a Python script to support. This ended up being a game changer. We're now able to capture this useful data while not having to stop the system at every turn, increasing efficiency. Our team also improved the data collection process so that our customer and their stakeholders have better insights on what works well and what doesn't when creating the next generation of robots. These types of improvements to current processes show our initiative and commitment to setting up our customer for success.
This is great insight. What are the trends in data center robotic automation?
There are three emerging trends that I have observed. The first is robotics plays a vital role in keeping up with AI hardware demands with the forecast that robots will move more racks to meet the demand. The second is AI capacity is expected to increase exponentially over the next 5 to 7 years. To prepare for this high demand in a reasonably short amount of time, more data centers are being built on a smaller and more efficient scale. The third trend is design changes, such as utilizing different form factors to reduce land footprint, creating floor layouts for larger hardware, and planning with robot automation in mind will help improve time to production and create flexibility for integrating AI to robotic automation.
Thank you. Can you give us 3 key takeaways for customers who are thinking of data center robotic automation?
Rack moves, server repairs, and network maintenance are traditionally labor intensive and time consuming. However, with robotics automation, you are using a strong physical assistant to improve facility uptime, productivity, and safety while driving compliance and accurate real-time inventory management. If you and your team are planning to use robotic automation for data centers, please consider these 3 key takeaways. 1, choosing the right partner to help you be successful is key. We have deep technical expertise and experience to support deploying such complex systems. 2, collaboration between many partners and proper planning need to be established for successful system deployment and maintenance. And third is it will increase efficiency by approximately 50% based on what we have done with an enterprise customer.
Well, thank you, Sal. This has been very insightful. Thank you for your time. To all our viewers, we'll see you next time.